Hey guys, so watch this video for Thursday, January 14th. Another pretty narrow range on the SPY today. Couple of highlights, and I'm going to go into the watch list video for tomorrow. I got to give Sahil credit for this call. I mean, this was ENG, strongest stock in the world yesterday, right? Then it opens right here, goes back down, curls up. He calls it basically over the half, right? There's the opening high, half number inflection point. Yesterday's high still above. It breaks 650 and really doesn't look back until it hits, what, 880. Really nice heads up there. I don't even think I had this on the chart before he mentioned it. Wayne called laser, which look how clean this setup was. Sort of a recent high flyer, and then just had this kind of tight little cup and handle, again, right below a half number, right, where it opens. So you got the red to green, half number inflection point, called it through 250, and just absolutely ripped to 35.74 at the high without being underwater after the trigger. Just another great call. I gave a Kern idea right there at 640-ish. I called it a 2-day Tokyo because it was getting volume, and we knew yesterday's high was just above. So even though it was like a couple pennies over the high of day around 640, I thought it was worth a shot, right? And it ended up going up to almost 740. So there's a few highlights. Let's jump into what I want to watch tomorrow. I know I say this pretty much every video, but I'm going to say it again. As you watch this video, understand that I am not in any of these stocks. I do not hold overnight. So I'm looking for things to possibly trade tomorrow on an intraday basis. That's how I trade. FRSX, huge move today, closing off of its highs, but just a massive move. We'll see if we get any kind of follow through day tomorrow. Fubo gapped up today, which I wasn't surprised to see. Put in a red day. Pretty much closing pretty close to where it closed yesterday. So, you know, who's winning, right? Yeah, bulls here, then bears today. And you got a 2-day close around the same price. I don't love this setup, but it had such a nice little squeeze yesterday that maybe today's gap up and small sell-off is enough, and maybe we get going again tomorrow to the upside. So it'll be on watch, but I won't take it unless I get an A+ intraday setup. This one's weird to me, this IRIX. Yesterday, it did this and then came all the way back down. Then today, gaps down a little and then just rips. It's worth noting that it did what it did today, which was a bigger move and a stronger close on way less volume. What does that mean? Honestly, I don't know. But I am going to watch it. It's really extended from the moving averages. But I also, as a day trader, I say, you know what, that sucker's pretty strong, so I'm going to watch it. UAVS, what I'd like to see is a narrow range for a while and then an afternoon high of day break. We switched to 15-minute candles. Since the big move, this was the opening 15-minute candle the day after the big move. There's its early high, never broke it that day, right? Then the next day, gapped down and ran for a little bit, but still put in its high in the opening hour or so. Same thing yesterday, same thing today. It hasn't had an afternoon high of day break. It has formed nice support over the past couple of days, though, right? Between 750 and no, that's not right. Well, about between 750 and 770, I don't know, something like that. Really nice 2-day base there. So again, I'd like to see a narrow range and then an afternoon high of day break. Things holding up pretty well. MVIS, I believe kind of the same space as FRSX, had a pretty nice volume day today and a pretty strong move. So we're going to watch for a follow through day there. NCTY, looks like Bitcoin is bouncing a bit now after the sell-off. And so this is just, you had a 2-day bounce. You kind of sideways today. So if Bitcoin gets going tomorrow, this is one of my favorite plays, is NCTY, because when it moves, it can really move. GTEC, nice little pop today. Off the 20-day, it's kind of basing for about a week or so. And if I switch to 5-minute candles, you can kind of see this thing had no volume all day and then all of a sudden just ripped. So when you go back to the daily, you say, well, it really didn't have much volume today, but it all came in the afternoon. I don't love this one, but I am going to watch it. FT ran with Bitcoin the other day and is really starting to curl back up. So that goes on long watch. Solo, big breakout yesterday, kind of a quiet inside day today that really stayed in yesterday, probably the upper half of yesterday's range. So I do like this setup for a possible 3rd-day play. DDD, we got another red day today. That one was on bounce watch today, no trigger, and it's on bounce watch again tomorrow. Again, I'd like to see a narrow range and an afternoon high of day break. DPW. Nothing interesting here, but in after hours is closed at 6:20. So I had after hours news and gapped up to here. And actually, I think went to almost 7 maybe at one point. So certainly worth watching as potential gap play tomorrow. And I would make the same argument on CCIV. This thing is really extended. Closed at 1672. Normally, I would never watch something like this, but in after hours, it's trading over 18. It went out over 18. So again, I don't love this one because it's so extended, but it seems to have a lot of hype behind it. So we'll watch that as a potential gapper, and we will add other gappers in the pre-market as we always do to this list, and should be plenty to trade. Man, the teamwork, I can't say enough. The teamwork in chat is amazing. I could log in tomorrow, not being able to find anything to trade on my own, looking at charts and looking at the gappers and everything, and someone else will find something. So I can't say enough. Teamwork's fantastic. There's no pumping. There's no, oh, well, I called this one, yay me. It's really just a teamwork environment. I couldn't be more proud of the group that you guys are. All right, anyway, I'm done, Bam. We'll see you in chat tomorrow.